Certainly, good morning to everybody. I appreciate you inviting me here to be a part of Our Children, Our Future Day at the Capitol. Jacob, I appreciate the wonderful introduction. It's encouraging to see our young people want to get involved in public service. It's critical, and you know what? With Sarah Blair setting the way, it just bodes well. It truly does. I certainly wish you good luck in all your endeavors. When I learned about this year's Our Children, Our Future Day, I was excited to learn the theme was unity. No matter your background or political party, I'm certain there is one thing on which we all can agree. We must work together to take care of our fellow West Virginians who cannot take care of themselves. And together, we can find ways to end child poverty. During my time as senator, it's been a priority to me to preserve and protect critical state budget funding that goes to programs designed to benefit our state's children. Programs like Starting Point Centers, Family Resource Networks, and Children's Trust Fund are invaluable resources to our communities. These are just a few of the groups who dedicate themselves to providing children and families with some of the opportunities, education, and services that they need to grow and to thrive. I'm proud to say that this is the first year that these programs have not seen a budget cut at the beginning of the legislative session. It is my hope that although we are facing one of the toughest times financially that our state's ever seen, that we will be able to find a way to ensure that we all work together to keep these programs funded and operational. I've often said that just once I'd like to have someone come in my office and tell me about a program that they'd like funding for that I could just truly laugh them out and say, that program's nonsense. But you know, unfortunately, that just doesn't happen. Everybody comes through and they have a solid program. It's for children, it's for elderly, it's for people that can't take care of themselves, and we need to be there as state government. And yet we're facing one of the toughest budget situations we ever have. Now, I'm not a person who believes that government is best when it's centralized. That's why I've been supportive in the past of letting counties decide how they would like to run their early childhood education programs. While we all agree that laying the foundation for a good education starts early, I think we can also agree that a one-size-fits-all approach does not work. What works in Kanawha County may not be feasible in McDowell County. We must allow those at the local level to make the decisions that best promote learning for our children. In this year's session, I'm proud to tell you about a bill we've introduced that's working its way through committees right now that specifically addresses how we as a state provide mental health services to our children and adolescents. Senate Bill 286 would create the Commission to accelerate statewide coordination of mental health services for children and adolescents, and its sole intent is to greatly improve how we address and treat mental health issues with our youth. Rather than simply put these children into already crowded juvenile detention centers, this bill will look for ways that we can help get them the treatment that they need and keep them in schools where they belong. Another issue that is personally important is to address West Virginia's substance abuse epidemic. It's absolutely the responsibility of state government to be a partner in finding solutions to combat this crisis. Addiction does not discriminate. It can affect, and it does affect, any and all families, regardless of circumstance. Our state needs help, and that help begins with more drug treatment facilities with enough professionals to meet the demands of those who are struggling with addiction. We must also make sure that treatment centers connect the dots from recovery to a job by partnering with local businesses. Lastly, I believe it is critical to economic development in our state and to promote the well-being of our children and our families that we develop the middle mile high-speed broadband network. When I think of all the healthcare and educational opportunities that our state could have with the completion of this network, I'm in awe. It's something we do not have the luxury of waiting to do. Building this network will enable our state to grow. We need the private sector, government, nonprofit organizations, and educational institutions to all come together in order to make this a reality for West Virginia. As I close today, I want to thank each of you for the hard and often thankless work that you do for our state's children. You are the people who give voices to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. We are blessed in this state to have so many people who care so deeply for our children who are our future. Thank you very much. Thank you.